From town hall updates to billion-dollar AI deals, Hammonton traditions to recycled art, zombies to grandparents. Yes, you heard that right. We've got a little bit of everything this week. Plus, we'll break down why you should compost, where to get your flu shot, and how Vineland just landed a global tech powerhouse. Stick with us for chaos, commentary, and community, because someone's got to do it. Welcome to Jersey Oddcast with Joseph F. Berenato, Gabriel J. Donio, and me, Gina Rullo. How's your week been, guys?
It's now going to be filled with zombies, AI, and compost. So I think that right there has added so much to the week. But good
That's
week.
a movie waiting to happen, and we're
Yes,
it's already spooky season in my apartment. For the rest of Radio Free America, we're moving into it, so that seems quite apropos.
Yes, Gabe and I have seen your social media posts. We've seen that you're fully decorated. It's not
Oh yeah,
even
yeah.
fall yet, Joe B.
I don't care.
Spooky
It makes me
season.
happy.
Spooky season
Spooky season starts
supersedes.
September
It's
1st.
it supersedes fall now. I don't
Yeah,
care what kind of fall you follow, meteorological fall, if you follow regular fall, equinox, whatever. I don't know.
I was at a brunch event over the weekend, and this woman was saying that she had to have her landscaper come out and trim her before she put out her cobwebs because she wants to decorate for Halloween. And her husband's like, just wait for them to trim the bushes for the fall before you go out there and do all that. So she's like waiting and waiting. She's like, okay, he came. I can now finally go decorate.
That is
So I thought
very
that was
much
nice.
that is very much a first world problem, I would say.
yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, and make sure when you trim them, you get rid of all the spiders too, so I can put these webs up.
And fake spiders.
Yeah.
So I got the nicest compliment about our podcast, and I wanted to share it with you. And I have not, Joe, Gabe heard this story, but Joe, you have not. So I was at the same event, and I was talking with a friend, and she's like, look, I was not having the best day. And I was feeling a little sad and feeling a little low and just not having a good day. So I put on the Oddcast, and she goes, I laughed out loud, Gina. She goes, when I heard you and Nick and Joe and Gabe talking about the Sons of Italy, the cheesesteaks, the steak fries. Did Gabe ever get his steak fries? That made me laugh hard and out loud. She goes, it just made me feel so much better. I was like,
That's
this is
great.
amazing. This is the power of the Oddcast. Who knew?
No,
That's that.
it's a great compliment. It
Yeah,
really
we
is.
live to serve. So
That's what we're here for.
yeah,
And I think it is, having done a lot of hard news, all three of us.
Yes.
It's also a lot more fun for us to do this oddcast because for us, this is the fun. We're giving you information, but it's kind of like infotainment. It's
I was
lighter,
yeah,
right?
I
You know,
was just gonna say, in the words of Homer Simpson, infotainment.
it's a good, it's a good likeness. Very good.
Thank you,
But I think
thank
that's
you.
we're all if we're a lot lighter in terms of how we're putting it out there, and it's great to know that people are having fun with it too. We're we're having a lot of fun doing it, and I want to tell all the oddballs out there: keep watching. We're more to come, more to come, and I'm so glad to hear that it's the kind of thing that turns your whole day or your whole week around. That's music to our ears, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, on September 8th, Town Council had a quick meeting. I'm assuming it was quick, Joe, a special meeting.
It was delightfully quick. The council held a meeting with two action items on the agenda. The first was Resolution 141 of 2025, which was to award a contract for fence replacement at the 11th Street rec fields, which will include fencing around the dugouts as well. There were four bids, with the lowest being all vinyl fence at $143,959. The other bidders ranged from approximately $329,000 to approximately $518,000. Councilman Tom Gribben did ask Rich Raymond of Adams, Raymond, and Haggett Associates about the low bid, and Raymond said that it was actually in line with their initial estimates for the project. Council also entertained Resolution 142 of 2025, declaring a lead service line water emergency along the Bellevue Avenue corridor and other parts of the town of Hammonton. According to Councilman Stephen Fragioni, this resolution was necessary to apply for grant funds for the town's project to replace the main under Bellevue from Central to First, which he said is an old 4-inch main, which is small. And lead and galvanized steel service laterals have been found. And this is all in line with the state's mandate that all lines and laterals containing lead and galvanized steel be replaced by 2031. Both resolutions were adopted unanimously, and council adjourned at approximately 7:15. So that was glorious.
That
I
is
bet.
lovely. Now, we talked about the lead lines with regards to Egg Harbor City, didn't we, just a few weeks ago?
Yeah, and that was also that was in line with the state's mandate that they all be replaced by 2031. The work is being done, thankfully, and like a lot of the lines, 4-inch main, that's
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 not that big.
small. No, that's a very small main. Usually, you see 6-inch or 8-inch mains. 4 inches is small, and I know that line has had a lot of repairs to it. I don't know if you remember 2 years ago, I think it was, give or take, somewhere around winter, because I remember the tree had already been lit. That line burst, and it was coming through Bellevue Avenue.
And it's nice to see a local contractor get the award, and it also seems like he's taking care of us on the price. So if those things make it a nice thing all the way around.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the bidder, and congratulations to the town for getting it at a price that is seemed to be a lot significantly lower than the other ones.
Yeah, and I am very happy to see, because I covered for years conversation after conversation about what to do and how to fix the 11th Street rec fields, and I'm happy to see that this work is being done and continuing.
Great.
Now, do they still call it what it was named before, Thousand Points of Light Park or whatever?
I don't know if that name has been used in many years. That was a grant that was given from the original Bush administration, the Thousand
Right.
Points of Light grant. It was Thousand Points of Light Park. There was a sign. The sign was knocked over, never replaced, and then it just became known as 11th Street Park. I
Yeah, and
think that's what it's traditionally been called since.
if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the park after the Thousand Points of Light was also done with Green Acres money. Specifically, I think the hockey rink was Green Acres money.
The hockey rink, you mean moving it there? Because the hockey rink originally was next to the sixth grade building, which is now part of St. Joe Academy, the
Yeah,
red building.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I think you,
The construction of it at that particular
yeah,
park.
they, they
Yeah,
they they put they picked it up, and I'll never forget this. They actually did it in sections and moved it there. That was like that rink was over here on Schoolhouse Lane, between Schoolhouse Lane and Peach, and then
right.
Peach Street, and then they moved it. But there was, I agree with you, Green
What
Acres
year
grandfather.
or what decade was that, Gabe? 70s,
It's no,
80s?
it's the
90s.
1980s. It was the 1980s that was on definitely the 1980s that it was on Schoolhouse Lane, between Schoolhouse Lane and Peach Street. Definitely the 90s that it was moved over to there.
Yeah,
Actually had a
Not
sign
all
on
of
it.
us are as old as you, Gabe, so we don't
Yeah,
yeah.
know.
no, it
Because
was I. There's a reason I know, and okay, I used to watch all my friends play there. I was old, but we lost one of our friends to a drunk driver, Chris Adderzone, and
Yeah.
at one point that rink was named for him. He graduated with me in 1991. Great young man, and passed away at 18. But he was a great player too of that. I guess what they called like street hockey or deck hockey or whatever you want to call
yeah,
it.
back
So,
then I think we still called it street hockey. Now they call it
right.
deck hockey.
But there's a reason. I guess I know all this stuff because I was personally invested in it somewhat.
Now, Gabe, what's going on with the town and some road construction? I think they've been a little bit more proactive in letting people know on social media what's going
Yeah,
on.
it's great to see this. And what they've done is they put posts out. I'm sure it's on the local cable station as well, Channel 9. The We have a road construction on Route 54, a project on Monday, September 15th through Friday, September 19th. A lane shift will be in place from Grand Street to First Road for concrete flat work, and a shoulder closure will take place from the Atlantic City Expressway to Second Road for steel casting work. All road work will take place from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So motorists should expect delays, especially during peak travel times. Exercise caution when in the area, and they appreciate your patience and during this inconvenience. What's really nice is that they've done a really nice job of putting up a map, showing the area that's involved with landmarks on the map. And I think everybody now has the idea, let's be proactive, let's let people know ahead of time, and that way we're going to really alleviate a lot of the confusion we saw earlier this summer with this road construction. That's great. I think they're doing a nice job of informing people, and they should be commended for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, see how the week goes with the traffic and see if it delays any of us who are trying to get out to the expressway to get to work on Monday through Friday this week and coming up. So we'll see what
Listen,
happens.
don't want to be Clark Griswold again, so I hope that we're not spinning around and being detoured all over the place. I think this time they have it right. It looks that way, Gene and Joe.
That's good. When you're looking for a home or a place to call home for your business, there's only one realtor to call, and that's Crowley and Carr.
Gina, Crowley and Carr Real Estate is there for you. If you're looking to buy or sell your home or commercial property in South Jersey, call Phil Carr, owner of Crowley and Carr Real Estate. Crowley and Carr is the best place in town to find the best place in town. Call them at 609 561 0505 or go to Facebook or Instagram.
Thanks, Gabe. Next month is Italian Heritage Month, and we also observe Columbus Day, the second Monday of the month. There's a tradition that is coming back and is being brought back by our local assemblyman.
That's correct, Gina. Assemblyman Michael Teresi sent out a release, and I'm going to read from some of it, that the annual Columbus Day tradition, a dinner tradition in Hammonton, is going to be revived. This is uh, it was once a tradition led by the late Garfield DeMarco, who Gina and I knew very well. And the late Garfield DeMarco was a Burlington County Republican chairman at one time, and known by many people in political circles for many years. He had originally done the Columbus Day dinner. Now this will be held by Michael Teresi Jr. And this year's special guest is Jack Ciattarelli, who is, of course, the Republican nominee for governor here in 2025. Now, for decades, DeMarco's Columbus Day gatherings brought together families, neighbors, and civic leaders to celebrate Italian American heritage. With this new annual dinner, Teresi will carry forward that legacy and ensure Hammonton remains the heart of Columbus Day celebrations in South Jersey, according to the release he put out. He has a quote from the release, which is, Garfield understood the value of bringing people together, and his Columbus Day dinners became a staple in Hammonton. I want to honor that legacy while also building something lasting for the next generation. And that's why I'm proud to host my first Columbus Day dinner this year and every year moving forward, Teresi said. Having Jack Ciattarelli join us makes this year's dinner even more special, he said in the release. The dinner now will take place each Columbus Day weekend, highlighting the town's deep Italian American roots, its history of hard work and faith, and its continued importance as a cultural hub of South Jersey, according to the release. And he finally says, Hammonton is about family, tradition, and pride in where we come from. This dinner is more about food, more than about food and fellowship. It's about celebrating who we are as a community. As long as I'm around, the Michael Teresi Jr. Columbus Day dinner will be a part of that story, Teresi said. Now, this dinner will be held on Columbus Day, which is October 13th at 6 p.m., venue to be announced. I don't have that information. It was not given in the release. And an effort to reach out to Michael, I haven't heard from him. So I'm sure that venue will be announced soon with the location for it. But this is now in addition to the other things that are done on Columbus Day in Hammonton. And what is the feeling out there among traditionalists right now about the feeling about Columbus Day becoming really a staple of that weekend in October? What do you guys think about that on the larger level?
I think it's great the dinner's coming back. I never had the opportunity to attend any of them. I had heard of them, but I think that if this is well attended and it takes hold, then I think that it would be a nice addition to what the Sons of Italy already does each Columbus Day.
I think it's a nice idea to have people come together, have this celebration over food. It's very Italian. It ties back in all the things that we do, like a Sunday gravy kind of thing, but on a Monday or whatever he's going to be doing, Michael. I like the idea of it. And Garfield was very generous with his hospitality. Gabe and I often had lunches with him at the Maplewood or at the Grand Fine Chinese Dining. So I like how this is a continuation of that hospitality.
Yeah, Gar was a friend of ours for a very long time, and was we would have 1 hour lunches that like quickly became 3 hour lunches, and talked about all manner of everything that was going on in the state, the nation, the world, and of course in Hammonton, he never lost touch with his hometown. So it's nice to see Michael piggybacking on that and making an effort to try and promote Italian heritage and tying it in with Hamilton. Obviously, we also know there's the political considerations of all this, but I think in addition to that, it is just a good idea. I like the idea of having a dinner and bringing back. In Hamilton, we love our traditions, so it's nice to
In
see another
Hammonton,
one.
we love our dinners.
So there you go. This is a
Yeah.
great
Like,
meshing of
who's going to be there?
tradition.
I don't care. What are
I
they
don't care.
serving?
Yeah, what are we
I'll be
eating?
there. Yeah.
What are we eating?
Yeah.
It's like the Suns Fest. Okay, yeah, bands. That's great. What's for
Yeah.
what are we eating? There you go. That's all on that topic.
I think that is very true that we always like, okay, where are we going? What's the food like? Do we want to go to this? I'm like, it's just we're just going. It's like you're not going for the food to some event. Some of them you're just going because it's the event you have to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
we
there
like.
are a lot of people in town. But the food's gonna suck, or the food. What's the food situation gonna be?
Yeah, that's the problem. If you're known for like we're gonna have a party, but they're not gonna feed us. The reality is, you'll go, but you're not gonna stay. I think that's the thing. If the
Yeah.
food is good, you're gonna hang out.
Yeah. If you're not going to get served, that's when you hit him with the, I'll see if I can make it. I'll try. And you
Yeah,
don't go.
yeah. No.
Oh, the Columbia Two's catering. Oh, we'll be there all the time. We'll be there for
Right,
the whole party.
right. Oh, you're getting chicken from Colombia too? Yeah, we're coming. We're coming. It's like the
That
old.
is like
Yeah.
we still have memories of that chicken at that party we had like in
You,
2007. Like
listen,
that is still the best chicken we've ever
it's
had.
like the old Prego commercial. Prego, I'm staying. Whereas in Hamilton, if you said Prego, they'd be like, I'm leaving. But
I don't
God
even know what
bless you,
that is.
Prego. God bless you, Prego people. I'm sure the product is good, but a lot of us make our own gravy here. And that's another discussion for another time. Gravy versus
Definitely.
soy versus sauce. But I again, the bottom line is it's nice to see our heritage as Italians being celebrated in that way. A lot of our locals are of Italian American heritage and Italian heritage, so that's great.
Vineland also has a Italian heritage like we do, very similar. But they have something that we don't have right now, and that is a strong AI future. Joe?
Yes, they do. According to a press release from the company Nebius, I believe is how you pronounce it, Nebius Group NV, a leading AI infrastructure company, they have announced an agreement to deliver AI infrastructure to Microsoft. Under this multi year agreement, Nebius will deliver dedicated capacity to Microsoft from its new data center in Vineland, New Jersey, starting later this year, which we have previously talked about on the Oddcast.
Mhm.
According to published reports, the deal is worth 17.4 billion with a B dollars. And this is with Microsoft to supply the tech giant with powerful AI infrastructure, basically the supercharged computer chips that power artificial intelligence. The rollout starts in 2025, continues through 26, and the contract is going to run for 5 years. If Microsoft adds more capacity, then the deal could grow to nearly $19.4 billion.
With a
dollars.
B.
With a B, yes. According to reports, the agreement is strict. There are penalties if Nebius delivers late, and Microsoft can pull the plug if the company doesn't meet deadlines. Good luck pulling the plug on AI. We've all seen that movie. Nebi, yeah. Nebius says it will finance the project through the contract's revenue and loans backed by Microsoft's strong credit. Nebius is a technology company building full stack infrastructure to service the high growth global AI industry. Headquartered in Amsterdam and listed on NASDAQ, Nebius has a global footprint with R&D hubs across Europe, North America, and Israel.
What a gift for Vineland. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
that's amazing. Yes, there's gonna
Well,
be a ton of drain on their systems in terms of power, but to be doing that for Microsoft, that is such a feather in their cap. And I love it for them so much.
And just so I understand, I want to be sure it's dedicated capacity from Vineland. So when they're saying it's a 17.4 billion deal that could become a 19.4 billion dollar deal, that's hinging on Vineland's data center, correct? That's
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing to
Yeah.
me.
And then I would have to imagine that it also hinges on the power infrastructure and grid capability to supply what it is that they're doing. Because as we discussed previously, AR farms like this, they take a lot of juice.
Yep, and as we're talking a lot about rates going up and different things, I think there's to me, I always see it as a strange argument. If the electric company is getting more business, I would think that that would mean the rates should go down, but maybe it's the amount it takes to deliver it and this sort of thing and the infrastructure that has to be built by the electric company. But we have to keep an eye on this because it's great that they're getting this asset, community asset, and this to their business community, but it has to be serviced. You're right, Joe.
Yeah.
It's just a fascinating story. Yeah. I don't see. Maybe their campus needs a new fence. Who knows? Nebius. And if they do, there's only one company to call, and that's Master Wire.
Yes, because for more than 40 years, Master Wire Manufacturing Fence Company has been providing the South Jersey and tri state area with residential and commercial fence supplies and services. Whether you're looking for quality products to do it yourself or are in need of a trustworthy fencing company to install your fence, they've got you covered. Master Wire Manufacturing Fence Company provides the highest quality products and customer service to each and every person who walks through their doors or gives them a call. Contact MasterWire at 609-567-1616 or visit their website at masterwirefence.net.
For many years, we covered Congressman Frank LoBiondo because he represented us for decades. And I was really excited to see a post by Howard Kyle, who's the president at the National Aerospace Research and Technology Park, about a dedication that was held last week. At the FAA William J. Hughes Center for Advanced Aerospace, they dedicated the Frank A. LoBiondo National Aerospace Safety and Security Campus. While in office, Congressman LoBiondo was a steadfast champion for the region's aviation ecosystem, safeguarding the FAA Technical Center's mission and presence in Atlantic County, and he helped build the foundation for what is now the National Aerospace Research and Technology Park, NARTP. And as chair of the House Aviation Subcommittee, Congressman LoBiondo brought national attention to the Tech Center's world class work and modernization efforts and secured critical federal support to launch the research park, according to Howard Kyle's post. His ongoing leadership on the NARTP board has helped align government, industry, and academia around a shared vision for innovation and safety, Kyle wrote. And again, this is such a wonderful honor for Congressman LoBiondo, who served South Jersey so faithfully for more than 2 decades. Congressman LoBiondo's former, I think, chief of staff, Jason Galanis, also posted, and he showed an image of the new signage. It looks fantastic, and just such an honor for our former congressman.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more pleased for Frank. The congressman, I know him well. I worked with him before I started anything in Hammonton on Capitol Hill and on in the district. It's a well-deserved honor. The flagpoles with now underneath it the Frank A. Lobiondo name. It makes me a little emotional because, in addition to being a great congressman for so many years, Frank was a good guy and is a good guy and delivered a lot of things to the district and particularly to the community that you're talking about with the FAA Technical Center. And I think it's just fitting to have William Hughes, who was Democratic Congressman, the Center for Advanced Aerospace, along with the Frank A. Lobiondo National Aerospace Safety and Security Campus. These two congressmen delivered for literally 40 plus years to the second congressional district, and in a bipartisan way. And I think that says something about South Jersey, and I think it says something about those two individuals. So Congratulations, Frank. I think it's a well deserved honor. Great
I
job,
agree with
boss.
yeah, I agree with that. LoBiondo was well liked in this district. He did a lot for the second congressional district, and he listened to constituents, and that's always good. And the fact that his name is attached to this, the people of our age, we still call it the FAA Tech Center, even though that's not the name
Yeah.
anymore. The Tech Center has
Yes.
it, yeah,
NAFAC. Yeah.
yeah. NAFEC has just been a jewel in the area. I can remember in high school and in college knowing people who had internships there over the summer and just learning everything that they possibly could. And I think this is great. And if I'm not mistaken, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about how Rowan has been in partnership with that park and other government and educational organizations in the area. So, like, for all of this to be receiving the attention that it has, and for Congressman LoBiondo's name to permanently be attached to it, I think it's fantastic, and congratulations as well.
I will always owe a debt of gratitude to Congressman LoBiondo because he helped convince Gabe to get a dog.
So
So I will
true.
always be grateful that he convinced Gabe that was something we needed to do.
In
See,
So
person.
he
In,
listened to all of his
that's
constituents.
yeah.
He
you're
said,
right.
In
"Congressman,
person.
I need help." He's like, "I got you." Yeah,
Let me say this story. In person, Gina and I were at an event at the Reagan Rock, and again, Teresi somehow involved with that too. By the way, uh, and here's Frank Lobiando, and he brought his beautiful dogs. They were
Weimaraners.
right and beautiful, and he said, "Come on, you get a dog, Gabe, and what happens is your dog can as the mascot can hang out with my dogs as the mascot for the congressman." And I said, am I being lobbied here, Frank? I said, Gina has enlisted a United States congressman to get a dog. Guess what, we got the dog. It just
you got
shows
the
how
dog.
effective Frank really always was. He got his way, and Gina got her way, so that's good.
And Fenway came home. So that's a good thing.
It was a wonderful thing, and I will say it right to the camera. Frank, you were right. I should have gotten the dog long ago. Okay, Gina got what she wanted.
I like that answer. The ACUA is encouraging people to compost. I really don't know a lot about composting. Gabe, can you give us the info?
Yes, Gina, I can. The composting is about reducing waste. Let's just call it what it is. So, the ACUA is talking about transforming kitchen scraps into nutrient rich composting at home. They say helps reduce food waste, lowers greenhouse gas emissions, and creates nutrient rich soil to keep your garden thriving. Uh, ACUA offers 128-gallon backyard composters made from 100% recycled plastic. Features include a wide top opening for easy use, sliding door for finished compost, and secure vented lid to keep pests out. So you can purchase them at the administrative building of the ACUA at 6700 Delilah Road, Egg Harbor Township. Office hours are Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And you can learn more at acua.com/home composter. They're $60 if you're wondering how much a home composter goes for. From the ACUA, that's how much they are. And I like this is a another way and another method to reduce waste at a time when our landfills, let's face it, are being exhausted. So I don't know if you guys have any interest or any idea about composting, but it looks like a good opportunity for anyone who does.
128 gallons sounds like really big.
It's big.
That's yeah, that's a large container when you consider the size of a 55-gallon drum.
How big is a 55-gallon drum?
It's 55
55
gallons.
gallons.
That's the
No, I meant
name of
like uh,
it.
height or whatever. Like how, like a height.
Oh, it's
uh, maybe
no,
maybe
it's the
three
trash
three and a half
cans,
foot.
guys. It's
Yeah,
the trash cans that they bring out at the feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel size. That's a
yeah,
55-gallon drum. That's what it looks like. So think
yeah.
about four times that. That's
Three
big.
times. No, two and a half times that,
Well,
Gabe.
2 and a
A little,
oh, it's
a little over
128.
2.
It's
Yeah, so it's a
128.
little
You're
over
right. So
2.
my bad as well, as we're all trying to do our math on this composting thing. But it's pretty big. It's pretty big. But
Yeah,
it's but I think you need it to be that size to get the compost.
yeah,
So
and I like that they're offering containers. I know when I was growing up, a neighbor of ours just had a compost heap because that's what you did back in the 80s, and that thing got horrifying. There were critters all over it. It did not smell the nicest. He used the compost for his garden, but I like that they're offering like a contained environment in which to do it. Bring it home, put it in the thing, and you're good to go.
yeah.
If I had a garden, I would probably be inclined to do this.
That's good to know.
So
Okay, so
there you go.
yeah, HOA has an option now.
60 bucks. I think that's actually probably reasonable, although
Oh
I
yeah,
have nothing to compare it to. But I'm saying it's probably
that's fair.
reasonable.
On Uline, I'm looking right now because you know me, a steel 55-gallon drum is $149.
Oh my.
Wow. These are made
A
out of
55-gallon drum is $105.
so this is a
Okay.
bargain at
And
Yeah.
that's
60.
open. Closed is a little less, maybe 95. So yeah. Yeah, so this is a good bargain then. It's like more than twice as big as that and you get it for 60
Half the
bucks.
price. Yeah. Yeah. This is great.
Twice the size, half the price. Nice. I don't
Right.
know. You
Close
gotta
though.
read. I'm sure there's more things you need to read, and in order to read them, Gabe and I would need glasses, and Joe too. And there's only one place Gabe and I like to go for our glasses.
Gina, you have to see Hammonton Family Eye Care for routine and medical eye care for all ages, from glasses to contacts to eye exams and more. Visit Hammonton Family Eye Care at Peachtree Plaza, 80 South Whitehorse Pike in Hammonton. Call 609-567-7479 or go to hammontonfamilyeyecare.com.
When life brings you difficult moments, the Marinella Funeral Home will be there for you.
And that's true, Gina. The Marinello Funeral Home has been serving the community since 1962 and has been family owned and operated for 3 generations. Marinello Funeral Home provides individually designed burial, cremation, and pre planned funeral services to meet the needs of each family. Ask them about how pre planning provides true peace of mind to your family. Contact the Marinello Funeral Home, located at 102 North 3rd Street in Hammonton, at 609 561 1311. I think
Gina, you're
Gina's
muted.
mute.
We are getting close to flu season, which is not my favorite season. Where can people get their flu shot if they enjoy being poked with a needle?
The the Atlantic County Division of Public Health has announced free flu vaccine clinics for residents 18 years and older with no appointment needed through the end of October. According to their newsletter, everyone ages 6 months and older should get a yearly flu shot. Adults ages 65 and older, children younger than 5, pregnant people, and those with conditions such as kidney disease, asthma, diabetes, and heart disease are at greater risk for developing serious flu complications. Getting vaccinated helps prevent severe illness, doctor visits, missed work and school, hospitalization, and possibly death. In our part of the county, they'll be holding one in Egg Harbor City on Monday, October 6th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at Teamsters Hall located at 1 Philadelphia Avenue. On Tuesday, October 21st, a clinic will be held at the Buna Community Senior Center, 600 Central Avenue in Buna from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. In Hammonton, a clinic will be held on Monday, October 27th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at the Atlantic County Library, 451 South Egg Harbor Road. Additionally, adult flu vaccination walk-in clinics will resume on November 18th and will be held on the third Tuesday of the month from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at 310 Bellevue Avenue. Pediatric flu vaccinations will also be available in Hammonton with an appointment, which you can make by calling 609 645 5933 or visiting atlanticcounty.nj.gov/flu.
For me, I always get my flu shot. I don't like it. I don't like being stuck, but I always go to the doctor and I get my jab just because I really don't want the flu again. And I still end up with some sort of winter sickness, but it's mitigated by the flu vaccine because it doesn't protect you against every variation, just what
No,
they're assuming it's going to be.
yeah, what they suspect is going to be this year's variation of choice. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and Gabe usually goes too, kicking and a little screaming.
I'll do it, and especially this year because I've been wrangling with a bit of stuff tail end of the summer here, and I don't want to deal with it going into the new year. So I'm already aware that I'm going to do it, and I recommend it to people. Look, is it a pain, literally and figuratively? Yes, but on the flip side, do you want to be sick? Do you want to be knocked down for a week? No. Go get that flu shot and make sure you're taking care of yourself and your family because it's not just you. You know, there's the people around you to consider and your
Joe,
coworkers
will
and
you
things
get
like that.
jabbed?
He, yeah,
I might. I have in the past. I haven't gone every year to do it. Truthfully, I've gone less since I started working at the cemetery because I'm around far fewer people.
Living
Um,
people.
yeah, and like, I, there are probably many jokes to be made here, but there's not a whole lot of contagion going around in my line of work.
no.
Yeah,
Bring out your
but
dead.
but it's it does have the right price attached to it, which is helpful. So I may very well
Yeah,
free. Yeah, that's always my favorite price.
I know, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to get a little poke of a needle to protect yourself. It's no big deal. I know the best shot I ever got was Dr. Miranda's father-in-law, and he just did it one day. I got my flu shot. He's like, "You need your flu shot." Boom. And I was like, "Did you do that?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "I didn't feel anything." He goes, "I know what I'm doing." And it was like having received many vaccinations over the years and remembering them all, I'm like, "That was the best one I ever got." And I think it's weird as an adult that I think that was like a great inoculation, but I'm like, so smooth, didn't feel it. It was great.
He was
It's
slick. That's why he was
Yeah.
slick. You were distracted and he
Yeah.
just did it.
it must have been that generation because Dr. Hong, that's how I got my tetanus shot when I was in the 5th grade. He's okay, 1, 2, what, like you're supposed to wait for 3. What are
Yeah.
you
He
doing
didn't
here? It's like,
he
son,
didn't
go
count.
home. Yeah,
He didn't
no.
count. It's like that scene with Nick Cage and guarding Tess and he's got the gun on the guy's foot and he didn't count. He shot anyway. So,
Yeah.
Nick Cage great in that, by the way. One of my
I don't
favorite.
think I've ever seen that movie.
It's good.
Gabe, tell me about the art contest that's coming up that we are eligible to enter if we are feeling so inclined, if our muses are speaking to us.
Our friends at the ACUA are at it again with their 11th annual recycled art contest. So their slogan is "Turn trash into treasure." The Atlantic County Utilities Authority is inviting residents to create art using at least 75% recyclable or non-recyclable materials for the 11th annual recycled art contest. The categories are ages 8 and younger, 9 through 13, 14 through 17, 18 and older, or group. Maximum size is 2 inch, 2 foot by 2 foot. All pieces must be secure with no sharp edges. And it's open to all Atlantic County residents. So keep in mind, the biggest size is 2 feet by 2 feet. Submit entries at any Atlantic County Library System branch. That's Absecon, Brigantine, Egg Harbor City, Egg Harbor Township, Galloway, Hammonton, Pleasantville, Summers Point, or Ventnor. Stockton University's Richard E. Bjork Library, Atlantic Cape Community College Libraries, the Linwood Public Library, the Otto Bruins Library of Northfield, or the Atlantic City Free Public Library. Entries with attached entry forms must be received between October 1st and October 31st, 2025. The artwork will be displayed at all library branches through October 31st, 2025. Judging and awards will take place at ACUA's America Recycles Day event on Saturday, November 15th from 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. The rain date is Sunday, November 16th, and you can have, if you're looking for more details for entry forms, you can go to acua.com facebook.com/art contest. It
Super
looks
cool. I love
yeah,
it.
it's a
Yeah.
great event. It really is.
Do we know what the prizes are going to be? Like, what do we win?
You know what?
No, we
I
don't.
don't know. The thanks to a
Ah.
grateful county.
The thanks of a grateful county. I was just going to say it, but I think it doesn't say.
Mm,
But I'm sure they're being judged, so I have to think there's some.
like that, if we decide to submit a group project, because we can do that,
Yep.
and Lord knows the last time we all did a group art event, we had a time with that.
Are you
Like,
talking
will
about
it
the
be?
Yes.
newspaper?
Yeah, yeah. When
Yes. Yes.
yeah, I
Yes.
have my painting hanging on the wall. Actually,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought you meant
yeah.
the
Like.
paper itself. You meant the time we
No.
went
No.
to
He
art.
means when we went to
I meant
art. Yeah.
the art thing. Yeah, yeah. Like
Paper. The paper was creative too. Every week.
it was.
I'm
It
reading the
was.
entry form. It does not say what the prizes are. So I guess it's just you won a prize. Like you win.
Okay.
Congrats.
Okay. All right. Maybe they'll display it in the lobby for a while.
Okay, so we should get together and put something 2 foot, no bigger than 2 foot by 2 foot.
Yeah. We could do some sort of media artwork, something that ties in with our backgrounds, long and lengthy backgrounds in the media. That would be fun. Why not? If you wanted to, I would be game for
We wouldn't
that.
do cornhole together, so maybe we can do art together.
I was
Right.
working.
Yeah, Joe was busy. Joe
Yeah,
was
I
busy.
told you I was going to have to work.
Whatever.
Hey,
Wow. You crushed her with that. It's a shame. Me,
uh,
easy
Let us
come,
know if
easy,
you enter
easy
these
go.
contests, people, and send us your pictures because we'll be cheering. Because if you know me, you know that I have very little art skills. And if you had gone to that art class with us that we did as a team from the paper, you will know that I am the least talented person that was in
Uh,
that room.
you'd still
well,
be recovering and telling your therapist about it.
yeah, you
I'm
have
fine with it.
nice, you have nice. Listen, you have other skills. So let's.
I do.
We,
It's not art.
I can't build somebody a porch. I'm not a carpenter. We all have our things we can do.
Oh, I can do that. I wouldn't walk on it, but I could do it.
The one thing I'm really good at is shopping, and I love to shop at Bagley Annie's, especially if I know we're having company or something, because I can just spend all the money on the cheese.
Bagley Annie's, Gina, is the place. And actually, Gina and I just experienced a new thing that they have. I want to talk about a little bit. It's a special a charcuterie tray. It's got all your favorites, the cheeses, the meats. It's
The
only
olives.
available Friday through Sunday. The olives. It's right in front of the deli counter. You go down low, you'll see it there. It was outstanding, right? Was that great?
Yeah. We
I,
picked at it for a few days. It was really nice, like a little appetizer. It was nice over before dinner a few times. It was really good.
It was delicious. And sometimes, as we talked earlier in this particular episode, it's just about the food. And when you go to Bagley Annie's, you know you're going to get the top quality. So I check that out from Friday to Sunday. That their new little, I call it,
Charcuterie platters.
yeah, it's basically this fun to pick off of and eat. It's so good. And remember, at Baglandy's Market, they always say, we treat our customers like family. With a variety of custom cut meats, farm fresh produce, delicious cheeses, a full deli, and more, Bagliani's Market has something for everyone. They are famous for their wide variety of authentic Italian specialty products. Try their Italian bread and rolls, prepared foods, and homemade pasta. Follow their social media for weekly loyalty reward promos. Bagliani's Market is located at 417 12th Street in Hammonton. Call 609 561 0693 or visit Facebook and Instagram for more information.
Thank you. Joe, before we get into this next segment, I just have a question. Is your insurance up to date?
Of course, my insurance is up to date.
Okay, if
Mm.
you need to get insurance, who would you call right now?
Diversified insurance for all your commercial and personal insurance needs. They are a value added firm. They provide unsurpassed service, consult with you to determine your needs, and offer you a choice of insurance plans and programs. They are a value hunter who can find the best combination of coverage, service, and price. Contact them today at 609 567 7771 or visit their website at diversifiedinsuranceofnj.com.
Now, the reason I asked is because I think I found a volunteer opportunity for you, and Gabe's going to tell us about it. With your track record, I would worry something would happen to you.
And
Gabe, what's
that
going on at Sweet?
that opportunity at Sweetwater Marina and it's the Sweetwater Marina and River Deck. This is, I never thought I'd be saying something like this, but what they want and what is wanted for this time of year is zombies, ghosts, and goblins.
I feel
Now,
like it's you, Joe.
I like this. They're saying it's for haunting season at Sweetwater Marina and River Deck, and haunting season is going to be there'll be October. I'm not
3rd and
sure.
4th, October 10th and
The
11th,
11th,
October
October
20th.
17th and 18th, October 24th and 25th. It was a little difficult for me to understand the layout there.
That's
Sorry
okay.
about that. From
Do you have your
5 p.m.
glasses from Hammonton Family Eye Care on?
Yeah, I did. I even had my
Okay.
glasses from Hammonton Family Eye Care on.
Just
From
checking.
5 p.m. to 10 p.m. on all those dates, they need volunteers to act in their spookiest event of the year. Perfect for school groups, they say, for earning service hours. But you have to be over 16, okay? And if you have, they say, have your own creepy costume, even better. So they want you to email Kim at sw-marina.com if you are interested or with any questions. And they say, ready to scare? Our haunted trail needs volunteer actors. Must be over 16. School groups welcome. Earn service hours while having fun. And bring your own scary costume for extra chills. And I think it's just a fun reach out by them to a lot of school kids to try and get as many people out there as possible for their trail, their haunted trail that they do at Sweetwater Marina and River Deck. What
I'm
do you
just
think, Joe? This is
saying.
going to be right up your alley, Joe. I
And
think.
you have a closet full of
I
costumes.
I don't mess around in the woods in the Pine Barrens in October after dark.
That's
Come
awesome.
on.
That's the
No.
lure. That's the
Yeah,
lure.
let someone else do that. No, I've read books about why you shouldn't do that. I
Listen,
remember I remember when we were kids
You're
and
no fun. You got old.
like high school,
listen to
we'd go
you.
out and we'd drive through the trails, and then every now and again, like all of the noise just stopped,
Yes.
and that's when you to get the hell out of there.
But
I'm
I hear
47-year-old
you.
man. I
I
ain't
hear
doing
you.
that.
All right, I hear you. But Joe, if you were half your age, and if you were the kind of people that the Sweetwater Marina and River Deck want to come out, it's a party, right? You would do it.
Oh,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
if I were still in high school or still in college, I would absolutely sign up to be one of these volunteers.
Right.
Without a doubt. I'm just saying at 47, no thank you.
You played Dracula on a train.
That's different.
That was not in the middle of the woods
The
at
train
night.
rode through the woods.
Oh, but I was in an enclosure. It was fine.
Do
Yeah,
they
and
still
besides, this says zombies, ghouls, and ghosts. It does not say vampires, and I ain't taking my Bela Lugosi cape out into the woods. Are you lost your mind?
listen? Joe is a professional, and also a bit of a fuddy,
Professional nut job.
a bit of a
I'll take it.
fuddy,
Yeah,
a bit of a fuddy duddy these days. Do people still
Oh
use the
my god.
term fuddy duddy? Because I feel this is the appropriate place to use
Has
I
it.
that word been
haven't.
canceled?
I
I
think so.
haven't heard the word fuddy duddy since one of the three nephews called Scrooge McDuck that on an episode of DuckTales. They called me an old fuddy duddy. Yeah,
That's right. When he was protecting
Gabe
his
has a
gourd.
Scrooge McDuck clock on his desk, so I think that's
I do.
appropriate.
I
I do.
I have a Scrooge
Look at
McDuck
that. Look at
snow
that.
globe, like a large. Oh, that's nice. Mine is on a bookshelf out of camera range, but that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's good
Well,
stuff.
I'm very sad. Then maybe you could go to Egg Harbor City for the rededication of the Peace Park Pilgrim statue.
I want to
Is
make
that
a
more your
point.
speed, Elf man?
Before you say it, Joe, I want to make a point. This is actually Gina's clock that I appropriated. So that
Oh, okay.
it's not that Gina's had this clock a long time, but I
Yeah.
liked it so
I
much that I put it on my
Yeah,
desk.
I love Uncle Scrooge. He and Donald are my two favorite Disney characters, so I can certainly sign off on that.
Nice.
But I doubt that either one of them, however, will be at the rededication of the Peace Pilgrim statue,
Sure.
which is going to be held this Sunday, September 21st at 1 p.m. And it will be on the International Day of Peace. According to reports, the original terracotta statue of the Peace Pilgrim, designed by artist Sally McInerney, McInerny, and I apologize for not being able to pronounce that properly. The statue was damaged in a storm, and it has been recast in bronze. The project was funded by the Pam and John E. Leake Charitable Foundation, and the city describes it as a brief but meaningful event, and refreshments will be served, and the rededication will take place at Peace Pilgrim Park, 500 London Avenue in Egg Harbor City.
I think that's gonna be a really nice event, and we've talked about the Peace Pilgrim and her history on the show a couple times, and Egg Harbor City, that's a really special icon that they have, and that they really have the ability to lean into that and have these kinds of events. And I love the fact that they just went, "Yeah, we're gonna fix that and redo it and do it right," and they just didn't ignore it and put it away.
Yeah, I like events like this, and there's nothing wrong with something being brief and meaningful. Sometimes when it is brief, it holds more meaning. But when you have events like this, when you have dedication ceremonies like this, it's a way of bringing the community together and acknowledging the community's roots and history and really bolstering pride in it.
Yeah, and in addition to that, talk about lending an air of permanence to the statue, recasting it in bronze.
It's
That
Yeah,
permanent.
was really not inexpensive. So congratulations to that foundation for and kudos to that foundation for doing that. That's something that's going to be there now for a long time, and
hmm
that statue will be a nice inspiration to future people, not just from Egg Harbor City, but anyone who comes there to visit it. That's great.
When your business or home needs help with their septic, or if you have need of a porta pot for a big event, you need to call Demeglio Septic and Quality Sanitation.
correct. Demeglio Septic and Quality Sanitation are here for a variety of services, including septic pump out, grease trap service, high pressure jetting, portable toilets, and more. Call 609-561-3597 or go to demiglioseptic.com for Demiglio Septic, or call 609-561-4666 for quality sanitation. Experience the Demiglio difference, a promise of superior service, quality, and reliability.
Thank you. Gabe, it's fall. There's a lot happening. It's almost fall. What's going on with the Rocco's Townhouse community calendar?
Gina, first I want to say a few words about Rocco's Townhouse. We've been there. We try to go there quite a few times in the month. You and I know enjoy it, and we always enjoy when we talk with Steve and Dave, the owners, Rupert, and of that great what is now a Hammonton institution for so many decades. And Rocco's Townhouse prides themselves on being a spot where everyone can meet and eat delicious appetizers, entrees, burgers, and more, along with a full bar and plenty of craft beers on tap. Remember, everyone meets at the Townhouse, 21 North 3rd Street in Hammonton. Call them at 609-561-9384 or visit roccostownhouse.com. And now the Rocco's Townhouse community calendar. Come to Rocco's Townhouse after spending your day at Collection Central. On Saturday, September 27th, the Hammonton Education Foundation presents Collection Central at the Mount Carmel grounds from 9 a.m. to noon. Safely shred your documents, recycle old electronics, and donate books, clothing, toys, glasses, and more, all to benefit local causes and families. Mark your calendars for this next one. On Saturday, September 20th, it's the very first Suns Fest at the Sons of Italy on North 3rd Street in Hammonton. From noon to 11 p.m., enjoy cheesesteaks, chicken cutlets, and a full day of live music with Suitcase Murphy at 2 p.m., Nikki G DJing from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., and Stealing Savannah at 8 p.m. Then on Sunday, September 21st, Angie's Cafe, Custard and Catering in Buna invites you to cruising into fall from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Bring your Jeeps, trucks, motorcycles, and cars for an afternoon of trophies, prizes, barbecue, pizza, ice cream, and more. Admission is $15 per car with a $10 dining credit for each car entry. Kids under 10 eat free with an adult entree. And lastly, on October 4th, head to Miller Farms in Winslow Township for the Fall Festival and Fire Prevention event from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. The rain date is October 11th. Enjoy pumpkin picking, hay rides, scarecrow making, a petting zoo, bounce houses, face painting, music, food vendors, and more. Plus, meet your local firefighters, see the trucks up close, and pick up important fire safety tips. That's again on Saturday, October 4th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. with a rain date of October 11th. More details about these events can be found online. Gina, back to you.
Thank you. I have couldn't help but notice that both of you guys are drinking out of Oddcast mugs. I feel like a loser
That's
because I don't
true.
have one.
Well,
Put one up. They're
you're
great.
kind of the
That's
odd man out there, ain't you?
looking good. Looking
It's
Yeah.
very
good.
sad.
But I'm just saying, if in fact you were thinking about maybe getting an Oddcast mug, certainly you know where to get it from. But for those of you who don't, you want mugs? Like I said, we got them. You want tumblers, magnets, hats,
Hats.
t-shirts, we got them too. And it's all available at jersey-oddcast.printify.me. And Gina, I am a little surprised that you don't regularly rock one of these.
No,
Yeah,
I like to use a straw, so maybe that's my problem. So I should probably switch to the tumbler. Maybe I'll do
that's
that.
good. The tumbler's good. What I like the most about this mug is the handle. I have a big hand, and you can get your whole hand in there. It's just nice. It's comfortable, and it's just a great mug. So if you're looking for merch, we've got it. Joe said we've got it.
Yeah.
I was gonna make the odd poll this week about either like election season or about getting your flu shot, but based after our combo, I think I'm gonna focus on zombies. So if there was a zombie movie filming in Hammonton, what role are you playing? Are you gonna be the first to get bitten and turned, or are you gonna be the hero with the shovel?
That's the oddball.
Yeah,
I look.
Gabe, you go
I
first.
I'm the hero with the shovel. I'm swinging at every zombie that's coming my way. If I don't ever want to be the guy who gets bitten. So to me, if you hand me a weapon, I will use it. And the main thing is, I hope this never comes to pass. But if I know one thing, if there is a
Me
zombie
too, Gabe.
if there is a zombie apocalypse, Hamilton will be ready for it. And I believe that surely. I think we'll be safe here. We'll be the first to build the wall all the way around the perimeter of the 44 square miles of the town, and we'll take care of business. Joe, what do you think? Which one would you be?
I literally work in a cemetery with a shovel, so it could go either way. It could, like I could be patient zero, or I could save all of you. It could
That's
go
nice.
either way. I'm not sure where I'd fit in with that. I will say though that Lord forbid a zombie apocalypse does come to pass and the dead do in fact rise from the grave. All of you are going to be very happy that cemeteries, at least in Hammonton, require our loved ones to be put in concrete grave liners. Good luck getting out of that, zombie. You're
Nice.
welcome.
Nice.
Since this is for a movie, I don't think I would mind being a zombie. In real life, I would like to think I would be the hero or the one who's hiding in a really good hiding spot. No one could find me. But
Right.
since this is for a movie, I figure if I'm the first, maybe I get a lot of screen time. I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay. All right. And it all depends on the kind of zombie flick too. If we're talking about good old fashioned George Romero zombie flick, I think that would be fun to be the first person bitten. Like
Right. Whereas
when
if
the
it's
brother, yeah, where if
good,
it's like the Walking Dead or something more modern where the zombies can run, no, I'm not trying to be the victim. I'm not trying to be the hero with the shovel. I'm trying to be the guy that gets in the car and gets out of here.
I love
That's
it.
what I'm trying to be.
I love it. I like so basically between Night of the Living Dead and World War Z, you're always going to choose Night of the Living Dead because you can just
Oh
run
yeah,
away from them.
yeah,
Slow walkers.
and you can take them down with a shovel like in the cemetery.
So I, I feel really awkward introducing this next segment, but I was gonna go for it. September is National Preparedness Month. I don't know that zombies were on their list when Homeland Security and FEMA created this in like 2004, but here we are. Preparedness starts at home. The 2025 theme focuses on getting back to the essentials of preparedness. In addition to sharing the tips, messages, and graphics that can be found on ready.gov, there are four key actions that families can take to prepare for any disaster that may come your way. Know your risk. Make a family emergency plan. Build an emergency supply kit. I'm now going to add shovel to mine. and get involved in your community by taking actions to prepare for emergencies. As they say, emergencies can happen fast, and emergency responders aren't always nearby. You may be able to save a life by taking simple actions immediately. Yeah, you know what I mean? Do you guys have an emergency supply kit?
Look, all I'm saying to get back, you said you didn't know if DHS or whoever had one. Yeah, the U.S. Department of Defense has a real contingency plan called CON Plan 8888 for dealing with the zombie apocalypse. I
Oh,
remember
there you
reading
go.
about that a couple of years ago.
Andy.
Yes.
So,
Are
so do
you
So,
you have
being
one?
Is
no,
that
I
on a
mean,
real website?
look it up. Yeah, it's real.
See,
look at that.
what is it?
Look at that.
CON what?
Look up zombie preparedness. It's out there.
The DHS, they have to have a sense of humor
The,
because they're
the
dealing with a lot of heavy
yeah,
stuff.
CDC has one.
Hmm?
FEMA has one. I'm sure it was all done as a tongue-in-cheek exercise,
I
but
hope.
they do have them.
Good. That's just like the Santa Claus tracking. I love that they do these things because it's all part of being a little human in the midst of a
Yeah,
lot of heavy stuff. And let me say this, we have our preparedness stuff in terms of, it could be as simple as a first aid kit. But I think people should be thinking this way. Why is it September? We all know why. September 11th just had its 24th anniversary. And I think that these organizations know it's a time when people are thinking about when things can happen that we don't expect. Also, natural disasters, obviously, like superstorms, as Sandy and different things that have occurred. It's important to be prepared for you, for your family. Think about it a little bit this week. What's like those old commercials about stop, drop, and roll, and how do you get out of the house? Think a little bit about being prepared. And I think, to me, those commercials were fun, but they worked. So here's a little message
yeah,
from people saying, think about a little bit about what you're going to do in the event of a real emergency.
yeah,
It's also National Grandparents Month, which I think is much more chill and much more better vibe than Zombie Preparedness Month,
Probably.
as I'm now going to call it.
yeah. It is Grandparents Appreciation Month. We did have National Grandparents Day earlier this month. So, unfortunately, or naturally, rather, as a way of appreciating our grandparents, there are warnings of a frequent scam directed at grandparents. According to a brief from the NJ Division of Consumer Affairs, the grandparent scam is still rearing its ugly head. It begins with an urgent phone call to an unsuspecting senior citizen. The caller may claim to be the victim's grandchild or claim to be a police officer. The message is always the same: your grandchild is hurt or in jail or otherwise in trouble and so forth, and they need hundreds or thousands of dollars immediately. Please don't tell mom or dad. Please send the funds through a money order or other wire service. And those who fall victim later learn their grandchild was never in trouble. Instead, their money's been wired to a thief and may never be seen again. The DCA offers a couple of steps to protect yourself. If you do, in fact, receive an emergency call asking for money, always check with a family member to find out whether their loved one is really in need of help. Regardless, don't tell mom. No, you call mom and see what's up with their kid. Take the time now to talk with your family about this and similar scams. Consider creating a code word or phrase one only the family would know in case it becomes necessary to make an emergency call for help. And this actually harkens back to National Preparedness Month, because I remember, at least when I was school age, that was heavily recommended. Then have a code word or safe word with family members in case you got separated in an emergency or in case someone came to school trying to pick you up. So having a code word, that's just good sense all around. And never make it a policy, personal and a family policy, never to wire money without being sure the story you're being told is true. That makes good sense. Now, God forbid you've been scammed. Once the money is sent via money order or other wire service, it may not be retrievable. If you send money and believe you've been scammed, contact the money transfer service immediately to report the scam. They may be able to block the transfer if it hasn't been picked up. And if you have fallen victim to a scam or if you've been targeted without falling victim, contact the state DCA at 973 504 6200 or 1-800-242-5846 or email askconsumeraffairs at dca.njoag.gov.
Joe, this came a little close to your family too, didn't it?
Oh,
With your
yes.
dad.
Yes. Somebody called my father at 6 o'clock in the morning, pretending to be my son, saying that they were in county jail up around Elizabeth or something. Don't tell my dad, just wire me the money. So first thing dad did was call me at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, Dad, I don't know what you're talking about. No, he's down in like Virginia somewhere. So then called the number and they were like, you have to send us a money order. I'm like, okay, dude, number one, there's no lawyer by your name registered anywhere in the state of New Jersey. Number two, I'm not sending a money order from the Collins Lakes food market to whatever
Yeah,
market is near you so you can get bail. That's not certain. And in the meantime, I sent a text message to my son and I said, can you please call your grandfather and let him know that you're not in a jail in Elizabeth, New Jersey? I got a very confused phone call from him after that.
I'm
But
sure.
yeah,
I'm
so the message here is if someone does call purporting, and they often try and call early in the morning to really confuse you,
Yeah.
if they do call, check with family. Double check to make sure that in fact your grandchild is not in jail in Elizabeth or wherever.
I think what I like the most about that last segment and what you're saying in your own personal life, what I liked about the last segment was it told people what to look out for, and it told people how to maybe try to get their money back in some way if there was a possibility, even an outside possibility. And I think that's great information, Joe. Great
Yeah, and
information.
and as a reminder, with any scam, no government agent is going to call you and tell you that you need to send money via Western Union.
Yeah.
That's not going
Or
to
gift
happen.
cards.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
That's the one. Gift
No.
cards. Suddenly, gift cards are currency. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's a shame. It really is. What is not a shame is the quality and the responsibility of United Roll Off when they come to your home or business to help you to deliver a dumpster or whatever it is you may need from them. They have all different sizes.
it's the total opposite of what we were just talking about because here's about the United roll off is about dependability, about doing the most for their customers. It's just nice to know that there's great people out there when we get done talking about the kind of jerks and terrible people, the
Hmm.
scam grandparents. Not you don't see that ever. The great people of United Roll Off are always there for you. Looking for fast, reliable dumpster service? Call United Roll-Off Service and Recycling LLC, family owned by the Grasso family and proudly serving South Jersey since 1999. 3 generations strong, United Roll-Off is your local solution for household cleanouts, construction debris, concrete, and yard waste with 11, 20, and 30-yard dumpsters ready when you need them. Serving Hammonton and all of Atlantic, Burlington, Camden, Cumberland, and Gloucester counties, they've got the size, service, and local touch you can trust. Visit them at 735 Wiltsey's Mill Road, Hammonton, or call 609 561 8287 to get started today. United Roll Off, local, loyal, and ready to haul.
I love that, Gabe. That was excellent. Thank you for that. We're going to now talk about an event that's been happening for more than a decade on the White Horse Pike at the Blueberry Crossing Shopping Center.
Gina, you're talking about the festival that's coming up, the Autumn Festival at the Blueberry Crossing. It's the 12th annual Blueberry Crossing Fall Festival. Saturday, September 27th, 2025, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Blueberry Crossing, 240 South White Horse Pike in Hammonton. This is going to be a great day. Join the businesses of Blueberry Crossing for a fun day for the whole family. You've got music by DJ Nikki G, who is everywhere. Nikki G is everywhere. In store specials, children's games, crafters, face painting, demonstrations, giveaways, a tractor display, collectibles and gifts, jewelry vendors, baked goods, refreshments, and much more. So there's going to be 10 food trucks, a petting zoo, and fantastic free kids games as well. And if you have any questions, it's all sponsored by Vision Property Group, who, of course, owns the Blueberry Crossing Shopping Center. But if you want information, call Chris Giardino or Bill Doberstein at the Health Tree LLC, 609 561 8316, or text Bill's cell, 609 576 6221 for more information. And of course, the Health Tree, a long-standing tenant of Blueberry Crossing out there on the White Horse Pike, Route 30 in Hammonton. This is going to be a great day. And Gina, I know you've been involved in the early part of this. Can you believe it's been 12 years?
No, I thought it was 5 or 6, but it's been 12 and it's been unbelievable. Bill and Chris had the idea to do an event in their plaza. At the time, I was on the chamber board and we were trying to promote Uptown along with the newspaper. So we got together and they planned the event. They really put so much effort into this. They contact so many vendors. They try to make sure it's very diverse, have a good group of food trucks to really feed people. And they do so much legwork for this event every year throughout like the entire year. It's a lot, and they do a great job getting people hyped up for it. There's fun things for the kids. The food is good. There's always something to shop and buy. And all three of us have been there a few times. Because
Yep.
Joe, you used to cover it. Gabe and I used to walk around it.
Yeah, we've all
It's
been
a
there.
nice afternoon, a nice morning and
And,
afternoon.
Yeah.
and Joe, before you go in, I just want to say you mentioned Uptown. Downtown and Uptown, if you think about the last 20 years, events and the amount of millions and millions of dollars that has been poured into those two business districts and the business park and
Hmm.
throughout town, I have to say, festivals like this were a catalyst for uptown revitalization, and we've seen it in the last particular 10 years. All you have to do is drive by that new car wash and the skyline that is now being built across from arenas that had its tower, and now the skyline of this car wash with its tower, and that's right across the street from Blueberry Crossing. I don't think it would be there if things like this fall festival hadn't occurred. I really don't.
No,
Uh,
because
what do you
the,
think?
the fall festival, it attracts a lot of people. Kids have a lot of fun with it. And Lord knows, if you can find an event where you can entertain the kids, then you are bringing parents in. And when you bring in parents, then they see what's going on and they like to spend money, and that's important. And a petting zoo, like who doesn't want to go to a petting
I
zoo?
know, I
Like
know.
Do
yeah, I love petting zoos because I'm
you?
a
What's your
child.
favorite animal?
I love petting sheep and
Okay.
baby cows. I love cows. Cows are so cute, but like little calves, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice. And goats. People like goats.
People do like goats when they're little, like when they're kids, okay, but once they start to get a little bit bigger and they get all attitudey, not so
Oh,
much.
no one
But
likes an angry goat or an angry alpaca. The alpacas spit on you.
yes, they
I've
do
heard.
spit. Yes,
What's
they
with
do.
that? I mean,
T-
I
Jesus.
like the sheep. I'm with Joe. I used to go to this fall event in New York near Tarrytown, and it was like this, I don't know, colonial event. There's all these like sheep wandering around, and they were just like big fluffy dogs. Like they were very friendly.
yeah,
That's great.
So I'm all for that. I love it. So this is a great event. So come out to the Blueberry Crossing Fall Fest, check out what's happening, and say thanks to Billy and Chris for putting together such a wonderful event.
yeah.
Now it is time for our Oddcast Odd Fact. And I am focusing on election season because, like weeds, lawn signs have popped up all over town and you can't get rid of them until after election day. So
Well, you can.
I went with a election themed. I don't know if you guys knew this, but did you know New Jersey was once ahead of the curve when it came to voting rights? And then we took a giant step back. Back in 1790, our state became the very first to explicitly say voters could be he or she in its election laws. That meant women, at least widowed or unmarried ones, could cast ballots. The law even modernized the process switching from county to township polling places, adding secret ballots, and making sure people voted where they lived. By 1797, women were more openly recognized as voters here. And in 1800, one legislator even wrote that New Jersey should not refuse the votes of widows, unmarried women, or free people of color as long as they met property requirements. But in 1807, womp, the tide turned. A new law stripped women and free black residents of the vote altogether, setting qualifications to match county, state, and federal elections. That rollback lasted more than a century, and I'm still salty about it. Finally, on February 9th, 1920, New Jersey became the 29th state to ratify the 19th Amendment, restoring women's right to vote nationwide. So yeah, New Jersey gave women the vote 130 years before the country did, and then took it back for over 100 years. It's a real odd chapter in our state's election history.
I will add to that. After the ratification of the 14th Amendment in 1868, Hammonton and Vineland seized on the language of that because it said, the language I believe says persons. It does not say men, it says persons.
Persons.
And so Hammonton and Vineland were part of lawsuits, and they did hold elections wherein women could vote until the state slapped it down.
What year was that, Joe?
This
What are
was
we
in
doing?
the amendment was ratified in 1868, and this was in the 1870s, I believe, or 1880s where this happened. I know I read about it in the South Jersey Republican. You can find articles on newspapers.com. I don't remember the years exactly, but I remember that Hammonton, and because Hammonton and Vineland at the time, I mean, they were like hotbeds of social change. They were leading the charge with speakers and suffragettes and the whole nine.
You got to remember, Hamilton and then Vineland had the same founder, Charles Landis.
Oh yeah,
And of course, we had
absolutely.
Landis and Burns, but I think it was a function of Landis, everything you just said about the progressive sort of thinking. And part of
Mm-hmm.
that, I'm sure he thought, why shouldn't all my residents be allowed to vote?
Yeah,
So I'm founding these communities and I'm trying to attract people because remember, Hamilton is founded in 1866. So you're saying this is a few years later. So he's trying
yeah,
to attract people to come here, and he probably seized on this and thought this is a way to attract attention. That maybe in Hamilton and Vineland, if you're a woman or you're a person, you can vote. Smart marketing, I would say, by Charles Landis. Very
yeah.
smart marketing because the communities are nascent at that time. Hamilton and Vineland, they're basically
Sure.
just wilderness communities, and he's trying to get people drawn down to them, and that's really interesting. I never knew that. I never knew that
Yeah.
that deal. And Gina,
New Jersey's
I didn't
odd,
know that
and we
about
are
what
the
you said.
oddcast.
Hmm.
This is the oddcast. We bring the
That's it.
oddness to the people. What is the
Congrats,
weather going
Gina.
to be
Thank you
like for
for
the rest?
research. Well, I was going to say thank you for researching that. Great stuff.
You're
Yeah.
happy. You're welcome. I'm happy to do it. I love odd things about our state, and a lot of this came from the American Revolution Museum in Philly, and I think the League of Women Voters too in New Jersey. Got a lot of good
Okay.
information. Joe, are we
That's
gonna
great.
have good weather
Great
the rest of the
information.
week to admire our town and South Jersey as it turns to fall?
Since you asked, I suppose that means that it's time for the Oddcast forecast according
It
to the
is.
app on my smartphone and sponsored by Ben Castone Landscaping. Call Ben Castone for all your landscaping needs at 609 561 3452. They're here to keep your yard looking great no matter what the season. And this year, Ben Castone Landscaping is celebrating its 25th anniversary. Ben Castone thanks his customers, family, and friends for all their support and is looking forward to many more years of service. Are we going to have nice weather? Yes, for the most part. On Wednesday, there's a 50% chance of rain and showers, which we need, with a high of 71 and a low of 61. Thursday, there's a chance of showers in the morning, clearing later on in the day, with a high of 78 and a low of 61. And Friday looks to be sunny to partly cloudy, with a high of 85 and a low of 59. So right about in line for where we should be, weather wise and temperature wise, this time of year.
Awesome. And if people are going for evening strolls and they want to listen to us or hear a back episode, where can they go to get all of our work?
For more information or for sponsorship opportunities, email us at jerseyoddcast@gmail.com. Call us at 609 444 6178. Listen to us on YouTube or your favorite podcast service. Visit our socials on Facebook, Instagram, or Blue Sky, or visit our website, jerseyoddcast.com.
That's awesome. I want to thank everybody for listening. This was a really fun episode. And we'll be back next week with more chaos, commentary, and community. Because as we say, someone's got to do it. Have a great week.
Have a great week, everybody.